I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you are capable of living. All your life in school, in college, in choosing your major or your future, you've probably heard people tell you, make sure you have something to fall back on. But I never understood that concept. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything, I want to fall forward, because at least this way I will see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you will never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There was an old IQ test with 9 dots where you had to draw 5 lines without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big. Don't be afraid to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in baseball history. But nobody remembers the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments, and most people don't know that because the 1,001st experiment was the light bulb. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You have to take risks, and I know you've probably heard that before, but I want to explain why it matters. You will fail at some point in your life. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will be terrible at something. There's no doubt about it. This may not be a typical graduation message, but I'm telling you to embrace failure because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early in my career, I auditioned for a Broadway musical, a role I thought was perfect for me, except for the fact that I couldn't sing. I didn't get the job, but I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out to prepare for the next audition, and the next, and the next. I prayed and prayed and prayed, but I kept failing. But it didn't matter, because there's an old saying, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're gonna get a haircut. You will catch a break, and I did. Years later, I performed in a Broadway play at the same theater where I failed my first audition 30 years before. That's the point. Every graduate here has the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you aren't even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed and standing around you are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ideas you never acted on, the talents you never used. They stand there angry and disappointed, saying, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life, and now we must die with you." So ask yourself, how many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? I just came back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but filled with poverty that needs help. And Africa is only the beginning. The world needs your help, your generation. Whether it's the Middle East, Japan, Alabama, Tennessee, Louisiana, Philadelphia, the world needs something from you. You've got to get out there and give everything you have, whether it's your talent, your time, your prayers, or your treasures. I'm not talking about how much you have, but what you do with what you have. Some of you have money, some have patience, kindness, love, intelligence, resilience. Whatever your gift is, use it. Here's my last point about failure. Sometimes failing is the best way to figure out where you're supposed to go. Life will never be a straight path. I started at Fordham as a pre-med student, but I took a course called Cardiac Morphogenesis that I couldn't read, couldn't say, and definitely couldn't pass. So I switched to pre-law, then journalism, and my grades went in their own direction. I had a 1.8 GPA, and the university suggested I take some time off. I was 20 years old, at my lowest point. Then on March 27, 1975, while helping my mother in her beauty shop, an older woman kept staring at me in the mirror. She took the dryer off her head and said something I will never forget. "Young boy, I have a prophecy. You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." And in the years that followed, that prophecy came true. Through my movies, I spoke to millions of people who couldn't see me as I see you now. But I see young people today, and I am inspired and strengthened by what I see. Because taking risks is not just about chasing a job. It's about knowing what you know, knowing what you don't know, and being open to new ideas and new people. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith you have, these things will define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this: fall forward.